What's going down? What's going down? One second. Just sending out all the posts right now. Sending out all the posts, and then you already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. Snap. Yo, it's your boy, That Guy Mile High, tuning back in for another one of them reactions. You dig what I'm saying? Come join us on YouTube right now. Yes, now. Throw that link up in there. Paste, done. Boom. All right, now let me pull up the chat. The chizat. You dig? The chat. Where the hell is the... Why can't I just pull up the chat right here? I need to just go ahead and just like add it into like the thingamajig. I know there's one for it. There it is. Chat. Bada boom, bada bing. There it goes. It's a little slow. It's a little slizzo, but it's all right. What's good? We got David, we got Buzzer, we got Taylor. What's going down? Probably just leave that one up, but I'll have this one as a backup. Put this one. Oh, what the hell? Put this one up as a backup. Cause my computer screen broke. It's like on its way out. I can only see like a little section of the actual laptop screen, and then I got an actual computer monitor hooked up, so you know it looks nice on my end because the screen is so much bigger. So it is what it is. But anyways, man, let's give a big shout out to all these members real quick, and let's jump into this video. You dig what I'm saying? We got Mr. Piff, Driver Thoughts, Trey 420, Funny Farm, Holla Girl, Mama Dukes, Epic Service, Misty Summers, Nick Fisher, Sam Glover, Holla Boy, Robin Lynn, Northern Downpour, Kara Taylor, Shauna Dave, Happy Chick, Wild Turkey, Jamal, Ryan, Keith, Kenneth Diesel, Creatively Insane, Aaron Nugget, My Hood Life, and Gary Willis. Gang, 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 gang. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to all those amazing individuals. If you want to join the member situation, hit that join button. Check it out. If not, it's cool. Just hit subscribe, hit the bell notification. It's free 99 and it helps your brother out. You dig what I'm saying? It helps the player out. Anyways, shout out to all the people out there. What up, Funny Farm? What's up? What's up? I think I said hi to David, Buzzard, Taylor, and now Funny Farm already. But shout out to you guys, man. What's up with y'all? Shout out to anybody else in the chat that just hasn't commented yet. You know, we love you, but, you know, I can't call you out by name or address you the correct way if you don't comment. So, you know, just think about it. I love you though. Anyways, man, let's go ahead. Let's get some things cracking. You know what I'm saying? And cracking right there. All right, and then yeah, let's get this started. Get the full screen on that joint right there. We got MrBallen to start this off. We got the real story of the undead army, you dig? And yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into it. Hold on. I can't see there it is, the little full screen thing. All right, y'all ready? Let's go.
If there is one war story that everybody needs to hear at least once,
What up, Camel Steve?
it is the crazy story of how this small group of Russian soldiers during World War I defended Auschwitz Fortress in Poland. It is both absolutely horrific and utterly inspiring, and I guarantee you it's nothing like any other war story you've ever heard. But before we get into that story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you've come to the right place because that's all we do, and we upload once a week. So, if that's of interest to you, please sneak into the Like Button's house, take all their fresh eggs out of the fridge, hard boil them, and then put them back. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. Okay, let's get into today's story.
I like that. If you ain't a mile high, you ain't high at all. Or if you ain't a mile high, you simply ain't high enough.
On the morning of August 3rd, 1915, during World War I, a 21-year-old Russian soldier named Vladimir Kotlinsky looked out from behind the huge stone walls of Auschwitz Fortress in Poland. Out in front of him, he saw the same landscape he had been looking at for the last 6 months that he had been stationed at this fortress. It was a big, swampy forest that surrounded them on all sides. Additionally, in this swampy forest around them on all sides were dozens and dozens of trenches. Trenches are long, deep pits that soldiers will dig to both hide inside of when they're being attacked, and then also to launch their own attacks out of from behind their dirt walls. And these trenches that zigged and zagged all around Auschwitz Fortress were created by and now occupied by 7,000 German soldiers. And during World War I, the Russians were fighting the Germans. The Germans really wanted to take Auschwitz Fortress from the Russians. It was in a great strategic position with a railway passing right through it. There was also a river nearby and a main road, meaning whoever owned this fortress was greatly aided in moving critical wartime supplies and troops in a very hotly contested area. But despite the repeated attempts by these 7,000 Germans to take over Auschwitz Fortress over the past 6 months, they had all been repelled by Vladimir and the puny 900-man Russian force inside of the fortress. And so, by that morning, August 3rd, 1915, as Vladimir is looking out from the battlements over the...
That just goes to show, sometimes it ain't even the amount of people or, resources that you may have. It just sometimes comes down to the simple, just as simple as saying the position was better. You know what I'm saying? If you just have the leverage in the slight advantage of being able to just kind of, be more effective at what you do, bro, you could do a lot with a little. That's all I'm saying. That's all I was getting to. You could do a lot with a little. You heard that? These motherfuckers kept keeping hordes of these motherfuckers off they back, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's wild. That just
because in the marsh down below, it was like both the Russians and the Germans had reached a sort of stalemate where neither side was trying to attack the other and neither side was leaving. They were just kind of staying put and doing nothing. In fact, over the last few weeks, there had been so little action from either side that the Russian soldiers inside the fortress got so bored, they began sneaking out the side door of the fortress to try to catch fish with their bare hands in the nearby river. But this morning, as Vladimir stood atop the wall, he noticed something strange happening in one of the trenches that was located closest to the fortress. It was still several hundred feet away, but he could see clearly down into this trench. And what he saw was there was this cluster of high-ranking German officers that were kind of huddled together, and they kept looking down at the ground at something inside of the trench that Vladimir couldn't see, and then they would look up at the sky and kind of wave their hands around, and then they'd look back down at the ground below them. Now, Vladimir had no idea what they were doing. I mean, again, he could not see what they were looking at in the trench, and when he looked up into the sky where they seemed to be looking, it just looked like a regular blue sky. But whatever they were doing, it was making Vladimir feel nervous. Vladimir was a young junior officer, which meant he was in charge of other soldiers, but because he was so new, he lacked experience and credibility, and so really wasn't considered a serious leader within the army. And so, Vladimir, as he's watching this strange behavior, was concerned that if he left now and told his superiors that he was worried about the Germans because they were looking at the sky funny and looking at the ground funny, that it would make him look like he was being paranoid and not a good leader.
With you, Taylor.
And so ultimately, Vladimir just looked at this cluster inside of the trench and decided, you know what, they're not shooting at us, there's no attack happening, so whatever they're doing, it can't be that big of a deal. And lately, no one's done anything, so why would that change now? And so Vladimir left the walls of Auschwitz Fortress and went down below to hang out with his friends. 3 days later, at 4 in the morning, the Russian soldiers who were up along the Auschwitz Fortress walls keeping watch that night noticed something strange out in the darkness near where the Germans were. When they looked out, they saw that the dark night air almost looked kind of blurry or wavy, kind of like if you were looking at air coming off of hot pavement on a sunny day, it would look kind of blurry. That's what the night sky looked like to them. But of course, it couldn't be because of heat and sun, because it's the morning, it's cold, it's dark outside. And so as these Russians are looking out, not sure what to make of this blurry air, they began calling up more Russians to go have a look and figure out what this was. And over the next couple of minutes, as the Russians looked out from behind the walls at this air, they realized what it was. It was this huge grayish-green cloud that was as wide as the fortress was, and the wind was blowing it in their direction. Now, the Russian soldiers had no idea what this was, and so they just kind of stood there watching it in stunned silence. And as they watched, they saw as the cloud would touch any vegetation, like leaves on trees or the high grass in the marsh, it would all turn black and shrivel up. And then the soldiers began hearing a soft thump, 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 thump out in the darkness. And it was the sound of birds dying and falling to the ground that were inside of this cloud. At this point, the Russians began to panic, and they began to run to sound the alarm to get the other soldiers up to prepare for an attack. But as they did, they began to smell this very harsh chemical smell coming into the fortress. And then before long, all the Russians could hear was the sound of their comrades coughing. It would turn out that strange behavior that Vladimir saw 3 days earlier of the German officers huddled together looking at the sky and then looking down at the ground and then back at the sky again. What they were doing was preparing for a chemical attack on Auschwitz Fortress. On the ground, out of sight of Vladimir, were canisters containing the poisonous gas, and when the officers would look up and put their hands up, they were gauging if the wind was strong enough and in the right direction to launch the attack. Now, 3 days ago, the wind had not been in their favor, but this morning at 4 a.m. on August 6th, 19...
All because that young little, Russian soldier decided that he wasn't gonna sound the alarm when he saw that weird shit going down in the field or in the trench. that one little action may have changed the entire course of this particular
The wind had been in their favor, and they had released the gas. And this gas was quite possibly the worst gas you could ever come up against on the battlefield. It was a combination of chlorine gas and bromine gas. On their own, chlorine and bromine are very toxic and can kill you. But when you mix those two gases, it becomes exponentially more dangerous. The gas mixture binds to moisture and then turns the moisture into hydrochloric acid. Meaning, if a person who did not have a gas mask on came in contact with this poisonous gas, when they inhaled it, it would literally fill their lungs with acid, which would dissolve them from the inside out. And then also, the gas would get into their eyes and into their nose, and the acid there would burrow holes into their skull. And once you come in contact with this gas, there's nothing anybody can do to save you. You're gonna die, except it's gonna take a really, really long time. You don't just immediately dissolve. It's this long, drawn-out, excruciatingly painful process. By this point in World War I, chemical...
No cap, that sounds awful. That sounds like the worst fucking way to die. Like, just a slow, painful death. Like, just you basically disintegrating and melting from the inside, bro. Like, That is the worst shit ever.
Warfare was
Sounds
really
awful.
not being used by anybody, and so as a result, the Russian army did not outfit their soldiers with gas masks. The German army did, and they knew the Russian army did not. So, as this
even
horrific
put one
poisonous
on a
gas
donkey.
began permeating every square inch of Auschwitz Fortress, all of these Russian soldiers had nothing they could do to protect themselves from this gas. And so right away, soldiers began bleeding from their eyes and their mouths and their ears, and they literally began coughing up chunks of their lung. And so very quickly, the Russians inside the fortress understood they were being poisoned. And so these soldiers that were not as affected, at least not right away, by this gas, quickly began ripping off their shirts, dunking them in water, and wrapping them around their heads to try to limit how much they breathed in of this chemical. But it really didn't do much to stop the chemical.
awful.
In fact, these makeshift gas masks
Probably
might
made
have
it
made it worse
of
because the
moisture.
gas would have bound to the moisture on the shirt. And so the Russians were totally doomed. They were surrounded on all sides outside the walls by their enemy.
Those are some
And then
crazy
inside the
different gas
fortress
masks.
was this gas, and there was no ventilation in the fortress, and so there was nowhere to go. They couldn't
that wasn't
escape
even-
death no matter where they went.
That
And so
wasn't even
Vladimir,
like a gas mask. Look at this shit, bro. My bad to pause it, but like, did you see these bags on these dudes' heads? Where'd it go? Wasn't that far back? Here it is, right here. Look at this shit. It's just like bags with cut out holes. Like they were like, yo, you know, it'd be a good idea for a face mask or a gas mask. Remember when we was kids and you wanted to be a ghost for Halloween? Bruh, let's just make a small, like, take a pillowcase. We don't need a whole sheet, okay? Just take a pillowcase, cut that motherfucker in half, cut some eyeballs and put some little, like, goggles in that motherfucker, right? Just sew the goggles just straight to that bitch. And then we just put, like, a little tie off at the bottom. And then gas mask. Like, what the fuck? Like, this wasn't protecting shit. Nobody from shit, okay? This wasn't protecting you, your mama, anybody, bro. This was like, this was a desperate attempt to just do anything. Like, here, we just need to put something on these motherfuckers' faces or something. Like, god damn.
fortress was this gas, and there was no ventilation in the fortress, and so there was nowhere to go. They couldn't escape death no matter where they went. And so Vladimir, he was one of the guys that was still on his feet inside of the fortress, and he stumbled over to this narrow window on the side of the fortress walls, and he looked out and he saw all these Germans running towards them, firing their machine guns, artillery's being fired. I mean, he knows they are moments away from the Germans reaching the fortress door, coming inside, and killing every last one of them. But Vladimir's reaction to this was not being scared or being sad. Instead, he suddenly felt incredibly motivated. If they're going to come in here and kill us, then we're going to make it as hard as humanly possible first. Vladimir had a reputation for being totally fearless. Over the past 6 months that they had been under siege from the German army out in their trenches, anytime fighting broke out, Vladimir was always the first to run up and be right on the front line of fighting. And then several times when his comrades had been shot or wounded, Vladimir would run out into the line of fire to save the fallen soldiers. It was like Vladimir lacked any instinct for self-preservation. And so as the Germans continued their run towards the fortress, artillery shells are hitting the walls, there's constant gunfire, and Vladimir, he leaves his window and he marches back over to the open courtyard inside of this fortress where the 100 or so other still living Russian soldiers were. I mean, they're all gonna die. They've been totally poisoned by this gas, and it's just a matter of time now, but they're still on their feet, and Vladimir walks over to them, and even though, again, he's pretty junior, he stands up and he says to them, "This is our moment. We are all going to die. But what we do right now will define us." And the way Vladimir said it, he got those 100 soldiers who were on death's door to be so motivated so quickly that they rallied to him. And so as these men are literally bleeding out of their eyes, their mouths, they're coughing up pieces of their lung, Vladimir explained the plan. And then moments later, with Vladimir in the front, this gaggle of soon-to-die Russian soldiers charged towards the gates, opened the fortress, and began running out towards the Germans, screaming with their bayonets lowered. Now, the Germans on the outside fully expected that this chemical attack would kill all of the Russians, that taking Auschwitz Fortress would be super routine because when they walked in, everybody would be dead. And so suddenly to have the fortress open and have these men that are covered in bloody rags and they're puking up pieces of their organs and they're stumbling forward like zombies with bayonets out, screaming like banshees, it scared the living out of the Germans.
That's what I was just thinking, bro. I swear in my fucking brain, bro. In my fucking mind, I was just like, dog, this just sounds like the fucking like plot to, you know, like World War Z or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some fucking zombie movie for real. Like, what the fuck? Like, bro, that would be the most unexpected shit ever. Like, you just fucking are running towards this shit. Like, yeah, we took these motherfuckers. Yeah, we got them. Fuck them hoes. Yeah, fuck them bitch ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what they fucking doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then all of a sudden, that's just like, motherfuckers are just bleeding and like, bro, come on. I'd have turned around, hightailed that shit out of there. I'd have been screaming like a little bitch.
In fact, they were so quickly terrified by what they saw, they literally dropped their guns, turned, and began running back towards their trenches. And as they did, Vladimir and his dead man army began picking off the Germans one by one. And then after Vladimir and the dead man army ran out of ammunition, they just continued staggering forward directly into the thousands of Germans in front of them and began picking up dead German weapons and firing them. And then when they got up to the trenches, where these retreating Germans had been so scared they had run into their own barbed wire, and so there's all these retreating Germans stuck on the barbed wire, the Russians just began bayoneting all these men that were stuck. And so at some point, as Vladimir is doing this, a German soldier ran up to him and bayoneted Vladimir right in the stomach. He ran him all the way through until the barrel of the gun was right up against his stomach. And Vladimir apparently looked down at this bayonet, knew he had been completely run through, and he looked up at the German who had just stabbed him, who was still holding the gun, and Vladimir spit blood and lung tissue all over this German's face, and then just began screaming directly at this guy. And so the German was so scared, he just dropped the gun, turned, tried to run, and then Vladimir was back on his gun with the bayonet still in his stomach, shooting at the Germans. The Germans were so completely caught off guard and terrified by Vladimir's dead man army counterattack that even though they outnumbered the Russians 70-1, they failed to take Auschwitz Fortress. The main reason for that was the Germans who had escaped the counterattack and made it back to their trenches. They told the other German soldiers that the Russians had turned into zombies, literally, that they were undead, and so attacking them was pointless. They're already dead. And the Germans were so scared, they refused to leave their trenches again. Once the Russians could tell they had successfully forced a retreat by the German army, Vladimir, who was still alive at this point with a gun still stuck in his gut from the bayonet, he called out to the rest of his soldiers to retreat back to the fortress. And so this handful of Russian soldiers who were about to die, they hobbled their way back inside of their fortress, and then Vladimir gave his final command: destroy the fortress. If we can't have it, nobody can. Every single Russian soldier that came in contact with that poisonous gas died, including Vladimir. When the Germans did eventually take Auschwitz Fortress at a later date, when again, all of the Russians were dead, when the Germans went inside, they realized the fortress had been destroyed and it was no longer strategically valuable. Vladimir would be awarded posthumously Russia's highest military honor. His actions and the actions of the other dying soldiers that fought alongside him are remembered today in stories, songs, and statues all across Russia.
That's fucking nuts, bro. That's a hell of a story right there. That is a hell of a story right there, goddammit. You can't even, like... There's not a whole lot to say about that. Like, these motherfuckers handle business. Like, goddamn. Like, it was really on that shit, bro. They was doing what they needed to do. They handled that shit right. Like, I don't know what else to say. I really don't know what else to say about that shit, bruh. All right, do y'all want to do scary stuff or y'all want cop shit? Scary stuff or cop stuff? What up, Cali? What up, what up, what up? I think it's K's now, but it used to be Cali, I'm pretty sure, right? I could be wrong. You could totally correct me and be like, nah, nigga, you said my shit wrong. I would definitely understand. It's okay. Yeah, for real, Mr. Piff, that motherfucker was on some, bro, we will go out like motherfucking gangsters. That's why the fucking, ruler of Russia is now named Vladimir. Because that name holds weight. Okay? Vladimir holds weight up in this bitch. You ain't talking about shit if your name ain't Vladimir shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody a Vladimir in this motherfucker. Anyways, all right, let's go ahead and let's do a slap ham. We haven't done a slap ham in a hot minute. Let's do this one right here. This one just seems kind of interesting.
How you doing? I'm Callan, and this shows the cleaner sweeping the floor on an.
I did not mean to do that.
How you doing? I'm Callan, and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some super creepy things that have been caught on camera that are starting to freak the internet out. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content, just like this.
I could use this little thing to do it. Use my phone.
In this clip, uploaded to Durban Paranormal on TikTok, we see CCTV footage of some kind of large room. It was captured on September 12th, 2021 at around 4:30 in the morning. There's two security guards on the left-hand side of frame doing their rounds when suddenly something strange happens. Watch.
Niggas ain't doing shit.
Oh. Shit. It's subtle, but watching that again, you can see the chair in the center of frame move. Shit. One of the security guards approaches the table, looking at the chair for a moment before turning to leave the area. The other security guard approaches and touches the chair as well, clearly puzzled. The two talk for a few seconds before exiting the frame together.
It was like, yeah, fuck that, let's go. Let's get out of here.
The person filming the clip is actually another security officer sitting in the camera room. He's filming the security monitor with his phone. He says that the two guards we can see on camera actually reported the moving chair to him, so he could review the footage and see what actually happened. And as you can see, upon review, there's no easy way to explain the chair's movements.
Yeah, nah, because they got that goes over, take a look. Bullshit. And they decide bullshit fucking CTV cameras and shit. You know, we got
the guard's reaction
cameras
looks
now,
quite genuine, and the fact that they radioed the incident into the security desk does make you wonder what actually made the chair move. Was it something supernatural, or is there another way to explain this strange clip?
I get it. My bad, Kayla. But I swear, didn't your name used to be, wasn't it Callie? I swear it used to be Callie.
This bizarre dashcam feed was released to the public by the Florida Highway Patrol. It's an incident that took place on July 20th, 2022, in front of a public supermarket in Lake County, Florida. Take a look at what unfolds.
Holy. Bitch, you better kick rocks. What are you doing? Oh, it's a cop. And she's being weird. It's gotta be a cop. Is that a cop?
At first, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on, but a woman holding a pitchfork and a bullwhip can be seen walking in front of the patrol car.
Yeah, it's a cop.
She stands in the pouring rain with her arms out wide.
That cop's probably like, man, this crazy bitch. It's raining out here. Why are you doing this shit?
An officer then pursues the woman.
She got? Is it like a pitch? What is she got in her hand? that looks like potential weapons.
The suspect was later identified as 56-year-old Lisa Sloan. The manager of the Publix supermarket said that Sloan had been spotted trying to sell stuffed teddy bears behind the store the day before. She also allegedly stabbed a passing minivan with her pitchfork.
What the fuck?
According to the arrest report, Sloan refused to drop her weapons and resisted arrest. Once in the squad car, she unbuckled her seatbelt and tried kicking out the windows. She told police she felt no more pain anymore and that God was in control.
Oh, yeah?
A toxicology report later showed that Sloan had drugs in her system at the time of arrest.
That bitch was on fucking bath salts or something. Holy. Don't do drugs, kids. That's why you don't do fucking drugs.
Our last piece of footage technically isn't a Ring doorbell, but it is security footage nonetheless. This is the chilling interrogation footage of confessed killer Stephen McDaniel. For over 2 hours, investigators come and go, asking questions.
He don't even look like
Keep an eye on how eerily still McDaniel remains for the entire time.
Just his head moves. How?
The time-lapse security footage shows him moving his head slightly, but his torso remains bizarrely still for over 2 hours. At the time, McDaniel didn't confess, but his demeanor alarmed the investigators who had already flagged him as a person of interest some days earlier. In June 2011, McDaniel murdered his Mercer College classmate and neighbour, Lauren Giddings. During the 4 days that Giddings was reported as a missing person, McDaniel played the role of a concerned neighbour. He even did an on-air interview with local news station News Central.
No one has seen her since Saturday. I haven't seen anything. I've always heard noise outside.
I might have watched a documentary about this dude too.
In the interview, McDaniel pretends he doesn't know where Giddings could be.
Do you know anybody any enemies she might have had, somebody that might want to hurt her?
No, we don't know where she is. The only thing we can think is that maybe she went out running and someone snatched her.
However, when the reporter mentions that the police may have found a body, McDaniel's demeanor changes dramatically.
What about in the parking lot area? I know they've been doing a lot of, I think that's where they have recovered the body or whatever they recovered from there.
Body?
Had you seen anything there?
This is the exact moment he knows he's been caught.
Right.
I mean, we don't know if this is the same person. You know what I mean? Like, they took out a body there earlier. We don't know if it's the same person or not. So that's why we're trying to ask people if they know who lived there. Are you okay, sir?
I think I need to sit down.
Okay.
Damn, yeah, I watched a documentary about this dude and about this actual particular case. Yep, he had to go. Damn, they got
McDaniel ultimately confessed to the murder and was sentenced to life in prison. He's currently serving his sentence at Valdosta State Prison and will likely remain there for the rest of his life.
Of course, as he should. Fucking demon. That shit's crazy though, that fucking interrogation footage.
In a video uploaded to the YouTube channel Maximum Disclosure, a mysterious dark entity can be seen wandering around a family's kitchen. The footage has left many wondering whether shadow people could in fact be real. According to the video's description, after the family started noticing strange things happening in their kitchen, they decided to set up a security camera in hopes of finding out the cause. The footage, it seems, may have captured more than they bargained for. The room is dim, with only the area near the floor illuminated by the light from the hall. If you watch the doorway closely, a strange shadow begins to form.
Oh yeah, it does.
Its shape and consistency fluctuate, but it's clearly quite large. At some points, it takes up the entire doorway. After lingering for a few seconds, the shadowy figure slowly moves into the room. Moments later, it just disappears. The family has no idea how to explain the bizarre footage. but the images on tape are certainly difficult to
It
deny.
really does look like somebody walked into that room, though, for sure. No cap.
Several viewers have likened the figure to a shadow
No
person, a type of
caparoni.
spiritual entity many claim to have witnessed
It does
lurking
look
in their
like somebody
periphery.
walked in, a ghost or
Typically
something.
appearing in darkened areas, shadow people are generally thought to be harmless. Still, seeing one is likely to be terrifying.
Likely to be harmless, or are they
As
harmless?
one starts watching this creepy footage, it's tough to decide where to look. The warehouse is cluttered with boxes, but when a strange figure pops its head out from behind the shelf, it's impossible to miss. It shows up about 12 seconds into the footage.
Oh, what the fuck?
The figure seems to have a white face and it looks like it's floating. The spooky image moves its torso from out behind the shelf for a second or two before zipping away. The figure is visible in the gap between the black shelves, so viewers will be able to see it moving. When it does dash away, it's impossible to tell where it goes or how it entered the space
That shit
initially.
looks weird as shit, bro.
So what is it up to? Perhaps the ghostly figure is a former worker who still thinks he needs to complete inventory. Some viewers have even suggested that the figure looks like an
Like a
alien
little
grey.
fucking alien or something, yeah.
If so, why would it be lurking in this random warehouse?
What's up, Toby?
This next terrifying piece of footage was uploaded to Item Fix by user Area 51. Take a look.
We've seen this before. That shit would be crazy as shit. A tire blew off of a truck.
This
up the
doorbell
street.
security camera has captured the terrifying moment a wayward tire careens out of control into a house. It slams into the front door and even appears to ring.
This is one of them moments when you gotta just thank, you know, the Lord that you have a goddamn Ring camera. This shit is 55 minutes. We're not watching this whole 55-minute long video. I was wondering why there was a lot of videos we've seen on here before. I didn't even realize I clicked the long 55-minute long one. We're not watching that whole video. Let's go to the next. I was wondering. A lot of bullshit. Okay. I did straight up click on the 55-minute long one. I was wondering why that shit was like just going. Like it didn't seem like it had an end. And why they were old. I'm not living in no house with no.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham.
Fucking
Today
ghost
we're looking at
people,
some super
shadow
creepy
people,
things
none
that
of
have been
that
caught
shit.
on camera that are starting to freak the internet out. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content. Just like this.
Just like this.
In October 2021, a Reddit user by the name of Love is Evil Xanax uploaded 2 pictures from a trail camera. The caption read, "My uncle has a trail cam at my old grandparents' house, which are both dead and the house is abandoned. The camera takes 3 pics every time a motion is detected. This thing only appears in 1 out of 3 of the photos. The image, captured in a split second, shows a humanoid figure standing in the darkness.
Like somebody running by.
The figure has
Holding
sparked a
themselves or
heated
some
debate
shit.
among users, with many wondering if the figure is a ghost or something else entirely. The OP provided more information, revealing that their uncle had been up at the abandoned house and had left shortly before the figure appeared.
See?
The location of the house, allegedly near a Native American burial ground, only adds to the intrigue. The Reddit user also mentioned that their uncle had experienced strange occurrences in the past, such as seeing cats and dogs in unusual places. He recalls one night when he was young, seeing a dog looking in through his bedroom window. Creepy thing is, the bedroom was on the 2nd floor. When he looked out the window again, the dog was gone.
Nigga, I would have been
Adding
like,
to the mystery,
nope.
the OP revealed that they
Time to move. Fuck that shit. We gotta go. Burn that shit down to the ground. It's time to get the fuck on out of here.
had been up at the same location with their father just days before the trail cam captured the mysterious figure. According to the Reddit user, they were smoking in a stone square about 10 feet behind the trail camera, right next to where the hill starts to go up into the woods. Suddenly, they heard 3 loud stomps coming from the woods just 6 feet away from where they were. The noise was so deafening that it caused a bass-like sensation in their chest, like when a big firework goes off nearby. The OP's father even pulled out his gun, thinking that someone was sneaking up on them. However, upon investigating, they found that there was no one there. The father even tried stomping in the same spot, but couldn't replicate the sound at all. This strange incident has left many people wondering if there's a connection between the stomps and the appearance of the mysterious figure captured by the trail camera.
Maybe.
While the figure's origins remain a mystery, it's clear that it was only visible for a moment before it vanished without a trace. Theories about its identity have ranged from a ghost to a time traveler or even an alien. As of now, however, there's no concrete evidence to suggest what the figure might be, but one thing's for sure. It's captured the imagination of many and has reignited the age-old debate about the existence of the paranormal. On the 3rd of April 2022, a Reddit user named Ghost EVP uploaded an image from a security camera that captured a suspicious figure that allegedly crawled through their grandma's window. According to Ghost EVP's caption, the incident occurred while nobody was home. The Reddit user's friend discovered the house in a trashed state. As far as they know, nothing had been stolen, but the entire house was ransacked. The perpetrator even removed an AC unit to gain access through the window. The figure, captured on the trail cam outside, appears to be naked, with long hair, walking with a strange gait. The figure was only captured on camera for a few seconds before disappearing, leaving many questions unanswered. Was it a burglar looking for something valuable? Were they on drugs? The figure's strange appearance has led to speculation that it could be supernatural, adding to the mystery surrounding the incident. As more information becomes available, it's hoped that the identity of the figure will soon be revealed and the incident will be fully explained. However, for now, the incident remains a mystery, leaving us all wondering about the true nature of the figure captured on camera.
Woods naked. Somebody need to go get their uncle. That nigga is off his meds.
A strange photo has been uploaded on TikTok by a user named Lifting the Veil. The photo was captured on a trail cam and shows an unidentified animal looking directly into the lens of the camera. The uploader suggests it looks almost like a cougar's eye, but notes that the animal appears to have a human ear.
It don't look like no.
The photo has sparked a lot of curiosity and speculation, with many wondering what this mysterious animal could be. Some commenters jokingly suggested it was Gollum from Lord of the Rings, while others have suggested it could be a cryptid. In the world of cryptozoology, a cryptid is a creature whose existence is disputed or unconfirmed. These can include creatures like Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and Chupacabra. So whatever this is, it's certainly piqued the interest of many, and we can only hope that more information will be revealed soon. Is it a cougar, a cryptid, or something else entirely? Only time will tell.
Only time will tell.
On June 7th, 2022, a Twitter user named Isao Fobro uploaded a bizarre trail camera photo that left many people scratching their heads. The photo appears to show a wild boar being ridden by a mysterious creature with glowing eyes. The creature even appears to be carrying what looks like a spear.
Hey, what up, Jamal? What's good, brother?
The trail camera had been set up in an undisclosed location and then captured the photo for only a brief moment before the animal and rider disappeared into the darkness. The image has caused quite a stir on social media, with many speculating about what the mysterious creature could actually be. Some have suggested it could be a cryptid, while others have simply dismissed the photo as a hoax, pointing to the fact that it could have easily been photoshopped or manipulated in some way. So where do you land on this? Love to hear your opinions about this odd photo in the comments down below.
I don't know, it looked like some weird,
this next one was captured on August 16, 2021 by Reddit user Typhoius Oz. The photo shows a strange black figure standing near a feeding station on a remote property in Sweden. It's oblong in shape with small legs and feet.
Toby.
The uploader shared several more images showing the area in daytime, and another one at nighttime without the mysterious black shape. While many have speculated on what the figure could be, no one's been able to provide a definitive answer. Some commenters have suggested that the figure in the photo could be Pesta, a deadly icon from Scandinavian folklore. Pesta is often depicted as a haggard old woman dressed in black carrying a broom or rake. She's said to roam the countryside spreading disease and death wherever she goes. Pesta is a significant figure in Scandinavian folklore because the plague was such a devastating event in the history of the region. The disease killed millions of people across Europe and had a profound impact on the social and economic fabric of the continent. Pesta represents the fear and devastation that the plague brought to the people of Scandinavia. While some have suggested that the mysterious figure in the trail cam photo could be Pesta, it is unlikely. Pesta is typically depicted as an old woman, while the figure in the photo appears small and oblong. Ultimately, the trail cam photo remains a mystery, and while some people may speculate on what the figure is, it's impossible to know for sure. The photo is a reminder, though, that there are still many unexplained phenomena in the world and that the unknown can be both fascinating and terrifying.
Facts. I agree with that statement. That's a very true statement for sure.
In the early hours of October 19th, 2019, Reddit user Native Meraki was left feeling spooked after checking their trail camera. The hunting camera, which was placed on their remote 4.5-acre property, captured an eerie image of what appears to be a woman in a long white dress walking through the property. The woman appears to be dressed in period clothing.
Oh, shit.
On closer inspection, her head looks featureless and transparent. The uploader, who was understandably unsettled by the image, revealed that the previous owner's ashes had been spread on the property. It's this eerie detail that has led some to speculate that the apparition captured in the photo could be that of the previous owner. While it's impossible to know for sure what the apparition in the photo actually is, it's clear that the image has left a lasting impression on the Reddit community, with many wondering whether this is a genuine ghost caught on camera. Before we take a look at what many are calling a shadow figure caught on trail cam, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary and intriguing videos. In early 2020, Reddit user Lame Honey posted a photo on a paranormal subreddit that immediately captured the attention of many. The photo, taken on a friend's property in an unknown location in North America, shows a mysterious shape floating in the darkness.
Appreciate you stopping through, brother.
Looks like an upper torso and head shrouded in darkness. The lower half falls away like vapor. It was only captured on camera for a few seconds before disappearing, leaving behind a sense of unease for the owner of the property, who reported feeling anxious and ill whenever they walked through this area of the woods. This photo has prompted intense debate among believers and skeptics alike, with many suggesting that it could be evidence of the paranormal, while others remain unconvinced. Theories abound. No one can say for sure what this mysterious figure really is. The idea of ghosts and shadow figures has been around for centuries, with countless stories and experiences recounted throughout history. While some dismiss them as superstition or hoaxes, others believe there is something beyond our understanding lurking in the shadows. The allure of the unknown and the unexplainable is what draws many to explore the paranormal. While the figure captured on the trail cam photo may remain a mystery, it serves as a reminder that there are still unexplained phenomena in our world that continue to fascinate and intrigue us. So who or what is this figure in the photo? These questions may never be answered, but they will continue to inspire speculation and wonder for those who dare to explore.
For those who dare to explore. Yeah, I have no idea, but I can agree. You know, the paranormal or the afterlife or whatever, you know, however you identify with it, can be a very fascinating but terrifying place all at the same time. I definitely can agree with that. Where's Nuke's top 5? Did Nuke's drop anything new yet? Doesn't look as so. It doesn't seem to be the case. Mind Junkie, I know there's some Mind Junkie. Mind Junkie. We know we're going to see some scurry shit with the Mind Junkie. All right, let's watch this last one right here because this one's kind of long. And then we're going to call it a night after this one. 10 scary ghost videos accidentally caught on camera featuring Casper's sight. All right, let's check.
Top 10 scary ghost videos.
Shout out to Mind Junkie too.
Behind you. This first creepy video was uploaded to YouTube by Sarah Sager and is titled, You Tell Me, Ghost or Not. One evening while Sarah and her partner were on a video call, she noticed something rather creepy appear behind him.
That was fucked up.
I'm video recording. Wait, I just seen something. Really? Hi, Stacy.
Did you catch it? It happened so fast that if you blink, you'll miss it. At first, Sarah's partner appears to be alone. However, seconds later, some sort of figure appears to hover in the air right behind him. The mysterious figure is only there for a split second before it disappears, never to be seen again. Sarah noticed the strange figure hovering above her partner's shoulder and uploaded it to the internet in an attempt to get answers on just what it could be. So what do you think? Is this a ghost caught on camera or not? You tell me. If you're a fan of scary videos, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads.
I haven't watched Pimp Chronicles.
Phantom of the Cinema. These creepy clips were uploaded to the TikTok account Resiux. Resiux explains that he works in a movie theatre, and late one night, while he was working the closing shift, he captured, quote, the scariest thing he's ever seen.
So I work in a movie theater, and we have to check the theaters at night. You know, once you're done closing as an usher, you just flash the camera. You gotta check the door, and then you have to check behind these curtains just to make sure no hobos are back here.
No hobos.
You know, no one's back here. And then you just go and... What the f? I just saw somebody up here, and it's the scariest I've ever seen, dude. Like, I was just down here, and I was back down there in that corner right there, and I literally just, like, can't... What the
While doing the final checks in the auditorium, Resiux spots a dark figure peeking through the projection booth window. It's quite hard to see, but if we zoom in, we can see something dark peeking out, before it quickly ducks away out of view. Resiux goes up to investigate, and at first, the room seems empty, but then, right at the opposite side of the room, someone or something can be seen peeking out before it quickly slips away. TikTok viewers were left terrified by these creepy clips. Many agree that the cinema Resiux works at is haunted. But what do you think? Is this something paranormal, or is it all just for views? You tell me. No motion
I just don't
detected.
think people want to be haunted, bro.
I found this creepy clip on the TikTok account Alicia Psych. Now, before I go any further, I'd just like to mention that Alicia's account has absolutely nothing to do with ghosts, paranormal, fake videos, or anything like that. Her account is all about traveling, shopping, and her everyday life. However, Alicia uploaded this particular video looking for answers about some weird things that had been happening in her grandmother's house.
So if there's any like supernatural or like spirity people that can explain these 6 videos, please watch this. So my nanny passed away a couple of weeks ago, and my mom's been clearing out her house. Nanny has a camera installed on the inside of her house, so it just faces her living room, her front door, and her stairs. You'll see it in the next clips.
Why does she talk like that?
The past couple of days, something really weird has happened. So no one else has a key to my nanny's house apart from my
she just
mom,
got an
so that's
accent.
really
My
important
bad.
to this. So this is the first step. Here's how I'm leaving.
I just want to clarify. I wasn't trying to be an asshole. For anybody who thinks that my statement like was me being a dick, I wasn't. I just didn't quite catch the accent at first, and yeah. So my
house. This is where I'm having and she doesn't come back until the next morning. So there's nothing on the floor. There's nothing in sight. Specifically at the door, there's nothing left there. So my mum leaves, doesn't come back, and nobody else comes into the house. This is in the next morning. My mum is so confused because there's a gift bag left at the door. Nobody has had access to this house The Ring camera didn't pick up any motion in between my mum leaving and my mum arriving back with any person detected. So this is what was left at the door. She's so confused. She said she remembers leaving that bag upstairs.
She looks confused like a
There's pair of slippers in it.
motherfucker, bro.
Captured on a motion detection
like,
camera
what?
inside Alicia's grandmother's home. We can see Alicia's mother leaving through the front door. However, when she returns the next morning, a gift bag has mysteriously appeared next to the door. And what makes this so bizarre is that the camera records constantly, 24/7, but no motion was detected in between her mother leaving and returning. Alicia mentions that nobody, only Alicia's mother has access to her grandmother's home. So just how did this gift bag appear by the door? Well, just take a look at this.
This video is not edited. Watch right here.
Oh, what the
Just
fuck?
gonna show it again.
In what Alicia says is an unedited video, the gift bag bizarrely appears out of nowhere. No motion detected, no cuts, no people, just a gift bag appearing out of nowhere. Alicia's viewers were left stunned by this video she uploaded to TikTok, with several commenting saying they encountered similar unexplainable events after their family members passed away. And many agree that it's likely her grandmother placed the bag there. But what do you think happened here in Alicia's grandmother's house? Let me know down below. What are those?
Right, Trey, what the fuck?
This next ghost video.
Hello, you beautiful people. How the devil are you?
Huh? Casper's sight?
Mate, you weren't planning to do another one without me, were you? Anyway, I found this freaky, deaky, ghosty, roasty video clip, mate, that is gonna mess you up. Just wait until you see it, okay? Just check this out, mate.
Ljudi, učinili mu se, ne znam da li je moguće, ne znam da ste vidjeli, ili mislim možda što sam sam ovde, kao da mi se učinilo, ne znam da ste vidjeli, molim vas zavratite, kao da je imalo nešto gore. Uopšte ne mogu da shvatim da li je senka od nečega, jer ovde oko mene, pogledajte ljudi, samo je mrak i učinilo mi se, pogledajte, nema nigdje ništa. Vidite, ništa se ne vidi. Ništa ne vidim i dalje.
What the fuck? What did you stumble across, bruh, in these fields? What are you doing out here at night? What is this dude doing? Why is he out here wandering? That's my question.
While the man is high up on the mountain surrounded by darkness, he spots some sort of totem in the distance. He moves closer to it, and then two giant white apparition-like things appear either side of the totem. The man decides to take a closer look, but as he gets up close to the totem, his camera starts to lose focus, and neither of the huge apparitions can be seen from close up. He steps back to take another look from where he first saw them, and then this happens.
Učini mi se kao da je mrdnulo malo.
Throw some shit at these niggas.
F that shit, mate. I would have been long gone. Well, I wouldn't. I'm just Rambo stuff. But most people, mate, would have been long gone.
Facts.
Mother, I'm gone. I'm gone.
How nice of Casper Site to stop by. Let's go over the clip, shall we? From a few steps back, the two huge apparition-like figures can be seen again, but something about them is even clearer. These gigantic white figures, seen from a distance, now appear to be moving, and the explorer, instead of Ramboing it, decides to just get out of there. So, just what are these strange giant things this explorer caught on video? Are they ghosts or something else? Let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments. Also, make sure you head over to Casper Site's channel and subscribe. His content is absolutely epic, and his community is one of the best you could ever be a part of. I'll leave a link to Casper Site's channel in the description, so you can check out his channel after the video. A disputed haunting. This next creepy video clip comes from TikTok, uploaded by Smug Puppy. Now, I've featured Smug Puppy before, where he showed some kinda convincing footage captured around his supposedly haunted home. Since featuring these clips, Smug Puppy has uploaded dozens more, quote, paranormal video clips to his TikTok account. However, many users questioned the authenticity of Smug Puppy's clips and branded him a liar and the videos as straight up fakes. In fact, the outrage became so widespread that paranormal investigation teams started creating angry videos slamming Smug Puppy's videos. So, in an attempt to defend himself and back up his claims that his videos aren't faked, Smug Puppy uploaded this video.
Hi guys, in an effort to prove that these shadow figures are real, we've been having this all day today, or I've been here. We've got shadow figures peeking around this door today, and we can see them on the front screen of the camera. Yeah. So what we decided to do in an effort to prove that that these are real,
that shit.
I've made Kaylee sit.
Thanks.
Sit really close, and she's gonna grab the camera as soon as we see one. And I'm pretty sure it screams pretty hard to see from here, to be fair, but we've tried to push it back to get the best view.
Nigga, fuck that shit, bruh. Hell to the no, hell to the no. I would have been running about that bitch like, no, hell, no. Like, nah, bruh.
She's gonna grab the camera and get it up the stairs, because there's literally nowhere to go on the stairway. There's yeah, you'd hear somebody running up the stairs. There's no other rooms to go in. So, you know what I mean? That's what we're doing. So, let's get ready, guys. I'm pretty sure. Don't cover the screen, because people say you've cut the video. Yeah. Just try and grab it the best you can.
Nigga.
Quick.
Nothing. Nope. Nothing.
Show everywhere. Well, there's nowhere really to show.
No, there's nowhere to show. This is flat against the wood. Yeah.
Okay.
Behind Smug Puppy, a dark figure peeks its head out a couple of times before ducking away. The pair then wait for the perfect opportunity to show that there are no cuts in the video. Then two dark figures peek out behind the door, but literally seconds later, when she gets to where the figures were seen, no one's there. Smug Puppy gained his credibility back after publishing this video, which has quickly racked up almost 10 million views since it was uploaded on the 16th of February this year. Even big influencers such as Daz Black have taken an interest in Smug Puppy's videos. But what do you think? Is Smug Puppy's home really haunted by shadow figures? Let me know what you think.
You got me fucked
Marked.
up. Hell no, I would have been gone. I would have been burnt.
This next horrifying video comes from the Japanese ghost hunting YouTube channel, Takuchi Camera. Takuchi ventures out to conduct a paranormal investigation at an abandoned school, which he's been told is haunted. In the video, Takuchi makes his way through the abandoned school. He aims to find a restroom to set up his equipment, as it's easier to stay out of sight in there. While finding his way there, he passes a, quote, cursed chair in the corridor. He eventually reaches the restroom, sets up his equipment, and performs a ritual, which turned out to be a very, very bad idea.
Hanako-san, asobimashou.
You what, nigga? Wanna play with these niggas?
Hanako-san, asobimashou. Hanako-san, asobimashou. なるほど。OK。よし。どこか。行くで。ちょっと行くで。びっくりした。まあ家帰って映像を確認したらなんか映ってるパターンもあるから。おお、びっくりした。あかん。急に鏡はあかんて。急に鏡はあかん。マジ。ちょっとマジカメラ止めて。いや、びっくりするわもうマジで。やめてよ。
At first, it seems as if the summoning ritual didn't work, but upon further inspection, it seems as if it did. But I have to ask, did you catch it? As Takuchi turns away from the mirror, a hand from someone or something can be seen resting on his shoulder, and Takuchi has no idea it's there. Takuchi's viewers were quick to point out this mysterious hand resting on his shoulder, and many say that whatever he summoned has now marked him. But what do you think? Did Takuchi summon something in this abandoned school? Let me know what you think in the comments.
No fucking way.
It's watching you.
Not even the slightest of chance.
This creepy video comes from the TikTok account Hey It's Belle UWU. Late at night, while Belle was asleep, she was awoken by the feeling of something watching her. She looked out of her window and noticed a light in a doorway across the street was on. Belle decides to record a video and snap some pictures for her travel blog.
I woke up with the feeling something was watching me. I looked out my window and noticed a light on a doorway. The street looked pretty at night, so I took some pictures for my travel blog.
At first, nothing looks out of the ordinary. However, when Belle developed the photos, she was absolutely horrified by what she saw. In the developed photo taken by Belle, someone or something with glowing eyes and long, bony fingers can be seen lurking in the lit doorway opposite Belle's house. And whatever it is, appears to be looking back at her, perhaps watching her like she originally thought. But what do you think? Did TikTok user Hey It's Belle UWU photograph a terrifying apparition watching her from down the street? Or is it just Photoshop? Drop a comment below with your thoughts on this one.
It's very
How is this possible?
Photoshop for sure too.
This next bizarre but creepy video was recorded and uploaded to TikTok by Leslie XO and went viral due to just how strange it is.
Hold on. Oh, what the fuck? Buddy just appeared.
While an ordinary news interview is taking place, the live cameras captured a man appearing through what looks like a portal. But the question is, just where did he come from? TikTok viewers were left stunned by this bizarre event occurring on live TV, with many comments stating that the man, quote, teleported. But what do you think happened here? Did this news station capture a person teleporting live on TV? Or is there another explanation? Leave a comment below with what you're thinking. Follow the music. This next creepy video comes from the YouTube channel Chasing the Darkness. Levi and his friend Joe venture out to conduct a paranormal investigation at the infamous Letchworth Village Cemetery. For the first part of the video, the pair use a K2 meter and spirit box and call out to any spirits that may reside in the cemetery, and they get a lot of strange responses. However, a little later into the video, they decide to make their way over to the asylum building and capture something rather creepy.
Hello? Sorry, your music, please. I think there's people here. Oh, man. I hope my audio could catch this, because right here, I hope your audio catches this too, bro, because... Hello? Anybody here?
Doing that shit. And he's by himself?
We just come to investigate this place. Oh my god.
Time to leave. Time to leave.
Dude, that music is wild.
As soon as the pair step inside, the sounds of music can clearly be heard playing, but where is it coming from? The pair press on, keen to find out where the music was coming from, and a short while later, they captured this on camera.
I know, man. Something doesn't feel right.
Oh. Yep, something walked.
Dude.
Something walked right in front of him. Fuck that.
Like footsteps?
Footsteps. There's one in front of us.
As Joe and Levi are exploring the Letchworth Village Asylum, a mysterious dark figure crosses their path, but the pair don't see it. Although, at the time, they heard footsteps walking right in front of them. The pair were understandably horrified when they viewed the footage back and noticed this mysterious dark figure walking right in front of them. Chasing the Darkness claims that this is a, quote, shadow figure, but what do you think? Did Levi and Joe capture a shadow figure on camera? You tell me. Poltergeist activity.
Maybe they had someone else with them.
The final ghost video in this week's episode of Top 10 Scary Ghost Videos comes from someone I feature regularly, Frank on TV. Frank visits one of the most haunted locations in Iowa, the Malvern Manor. Malvern Manor was built as a hotel in the late 1800s, then eventually became a nursing home, a halfway house, and then a care facility for those suffering from mental illnesses before closing for good in 2005. Paranormal activity has been witnessed by dozens of people at the Malvern Manor. Disembodied voices, coughs, footsteps, banging sounds, and eyewitness accounts of shadow figures and full-bodied apparitions have been reported throughout the Malvern Manor. Frank starts his exploration inside the haunted Malvern Manor alone, or so he thought.
I'm gonna use the K2 because this thing goes off like crazy here. And I want to see if it will do the same thing. Now, is that a creeper?
Oh, man.
That's a creeper. I think I remember in this room there was a doll that used to be laying on the bed. Maybe a patient was here and... Listen. That f***ing toy.
Yep, time to go. Another one of them moments where you just say, fuck that, it's time to go. Ain't nothing changed. This place is still haunted. Time to go. Get the fuck out.
And that toy keeps going off. So I'm gonna take the toy with me And I want to see if this thing goes off. Can you move the ball or pick it up?
What if it threw? What if it got thrown back at this motherfucker, bro?
All I want to do. Holy shit. Are you messing with me? Is that you?
No thanks.
No thanks. You don't want to play with me. That's fine.
Dead.
You're dead? It sounded like you said, no thanks, I'm dead.
While Frank is exploring the Malvern Manor, a child's toy turns on all on its own. He decides he's going to carry the toy with him and moves to another part of the building. A few minutes later, Frank throws a ball in the hopes that if a child ghost is around, that it might decide to play with it. Then, as Frank goes to pick up the ball, a sound behind him startles him. He spins around, but no one's there. Only the sound of creepy laughter can be heard coming from the dark corridor in front of him. Frank asks if the ghost is messing with him and if it wants to play. A voice comes through saying, no thanks, and dead. But what happens next is truly creepy.
At this point now, I'm going to make my way to the second floor. I've been down here for a couple of hours now. And I want to see what's going to happen on the second floor, so I brought some toys with me. This is the creepy floor. I hate this floor.
Nigga, the whole building is fucking creepy. What do you mean?
This is where you pretty much hear a lot of the footsteps walking down as you're just kind of like in a room or something. This is where a lot of that tends to happen. I just now put the toy there. That has went on a couple of times, and I think it went on in one of my last videos as well. I want to see if it does the same thing this one. I'm gonna close the door. And I do have this ball here that I'm gonna use for instigating. Could you tell me your name? Who am I speaking with? I know you're here with me in the room. Just talk to me and tell me your name. Anna. Who's Anna? The door just opened.
Bro, there is no fucking way. There is no fucking way. You said you wanted to play, nigga. So let's play. You done locked yourself in a closet and shit in this creepy ass fucking old abandoned orphanage. You're an idiot.
The door opened. It didn't look like it just closed. And the doll just went on in the inside.
After a few hours,
no
Frank
fucking
makes
way.
his way up to the second floor, where apparently a lot of the activity occurs. He brings the toys with him in the hopes of instigating some sort of response. Frank explains that footsteps are often heard in the corridor of the second floor, and that a woman sadly passed away in one of the upstairs rooms. Frank decides that this would be the perfect room to continue his investigation in. He puts the touch-activated toy on a cupboard and closes the door. Then, Frank asks, "Who am I speaking with?" And a female voice comes through his device saying, "Anna." Before he can say anything more, the door he closed somehow opens all on its own. Frank notices it, but as he's getting up, the toy all of a sudden turns on, saying the words, "Hello." Frank decides to move to the other side of the house to continue his investigation and captures this on camera.
Buddy is a
Do you want me to leave?
fucking got nerves of steel.
Josh? Josh? Josh?
Buddy is fucking terrified now.
What was that?
Yeah, fuck all that. Nope.
While Frank is investigating the other side of the house, the sounds of someone running can be heard echoing through the area Frank's in. Frank becomes terrified and rushes to check who's there, but no one's around. He ends up back downstairs, and then, all of a sudden, captured on Frank's static night vision camera upstairs pointing at the toy can be seen mysteriously turning on by itself, and then it rolls off the table, crashing onto the floor directly above Frank. Frank's viewers were on the edge of their seats throughout this investigation at the haunted Malvern Manor, with many agreeing that whatever made those running sounds was likely a spirit that resides in the old building. Frank says that everything that occurred during his exploration at the haunted Malvern Manor was, quote, poltergeist activity. But what do you think? Did Frank capture evidence of paranormal activity at this haunted house? You tell me.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you're a fan of scary content, make sure you check out either of these two videos here.
Like herpes and shit, you know what I'm saying? Fuck all that, bro. You don't want that. Even though they got, you know, some medicines, just avoid it at all costs, you know? Anyways, man, I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. You know, we had to get back in the groove of things. Like I said, my computer screen had got broken. But we back up, we back at it, we moving and grooving, you know, ain't nothing stopping this grind, baby, you dig? So yeah, I love y'all. I'll catch you guys later, and I'll see you guys on the next one. You dig? Peace out. You dig? You dig?